Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Mindful Place Summit. I have a very special guest for you to sit and learn from today. Her name is Tara Pilling. She is from Tara Pilling Consulting, and she is a mindset peak performance coach. She teaches and mentors with the world leader in human potential, Bob Proctor. She's a yoga and meditation teacher, energy and vibrational practitioner, mama of 2 amazing children, and she's happily married to a wonderful man. She loves to serve others from her heart, which is the absolute best. So welcome, Tara. Thank you so much for joining us today for a conversation.
I'm so glad to be here with you.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome.
I absolutely love the title of our talk today, Own Your Mind or It Will Own You. So if you could take a moment and just kind of, explain what that means to you and what you're going to speak to today.
Well, our mind is our greatest gift. It's either our greatest gift or it's going to be our greatest enemy. And unfortunately, on this planet, and we're having a mass reflection of this right now, is that most people or majority of people tend to use their mind in a way that doesn't serve them. And when you look at the mind as a gift, there is so much potential, so much that we are capable of on this planet. And when we're not using our mind, it makes us no different than a pig or a horse, because that's what makes human beings different from our animal friends, is we have the ability to think. But most people aren't thinking, so we have to start thinking.
Yes, absolutely. And so when I guess when you say, you've always taught me, and for those who don't know, Tara has been in my world for many moons, and, coming to understand that the body is the instrument of your mind, and you have a choice on how you want to, think things through, and it starts with your choice and your thoughts. So why do people have the best intentions? They take all the training and all the courses in the world, and they get the same results.
Yeah, well, first of all, being that you are a client of mine now, and it took a little bit of time, but you understand this, Crystal. I mean, the mother of all learning is repetition, and which is going to seem illogic, and it's going to be very uncomfortable, because how many times do we read a book over a second, a third, a fourth time? So, I think what sets this material apart, what I teach and mentor with Bob, first of all, is we do things in a certain way. You don't just read a book once and then forget about it. Paradigms are nasty. Bob often refers to them as the devil. And a paradigm is just a mental subconscious program that has almost exclusive control over everything you do. I mean, most of the things that we do, we're not even thinking. And when you think about that, you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you have a shower, pour yourself a cup of coffee, you're not thinking, you're acting out of habit. So if we want to get better results in our lives, we have to change that programming. As Buckminster Fuller, tongue twister, said, is that if we want to create a new reality, we got to make the old model obsolete and create a new model. So that's what we're doing, and we're doing things in a certain way, and a lot of it is actually done through repetition. But what I find is unique about this material that we teach and mentor, being that I am a student of Tony Robbins, we're talking for years, did everything university, Master University, leadership, Navy SEAL, Robin Sharma. I mean, I've studied with the best out there, but my programming, I would get better results, but then I would go back. And that's what sets this material apart, is that how do you work with something that you don't understand? And that is your mind. So understanding your mind is really key in getting better results, and understanding how you can create new programs, and doing that through repetition, and having an incredible coach and mentor to work with is what's going to help you get better results. And that's the one thing that all successful people agree upon, is that we need that accountability. We need that mentorship and that coaching, and you have to work with incredible material.
Yeah, thank you. And it's the consistency, right? It's like you could be given the material, but you might not be willing to be teachable at the time, or, make that choice that you want to have that consistent repetition and what you're learning. It just doesn't, you don't just read it and move on. It needs to be practiced.
Yeah, and being that you work with children, you understand that. I mean, it is through repetition. But I would say that the number one thing is, why people aren't getting the results that they want, is the hardest thing that we we do as humans, it seems like we just can't make a decision. So you know, successful people, they make decisions. They just make decisions fast. I make decisions fast. And when you learn to make decisions fast, knowing that even if you fail, you're just going to fail fast. And we learn from the mistakes that we make, you know, and when you do make a mistake, that's not actual failure. Failure is only when we stop trying. That's failure, is when we give up. So, you know, we want to make a decision. And once you're able to make a decision around what you really want and then start to move and take action towards that, because without action, nothing changes. So I would say that that is super key. And you know that with children too, it's your repetition and the getting to move them into action. It could be something as simple as, especially now with, you know, all this talk about COVID and stuff, just washing their hands. You got to teach children, you know, educate them about why are we doing this, and take them to the sink and use the soap and do the ABCs or whatever you do. But they don't just do that automatically. It takes through repetition, and then all of a sudden that becomes automatic. That's all human beings, us adults, are acting out of. We're acting out of an automatic program, and we're genetically and we're environmentally programmed. So if we want to get better results, we got to create a new program, because that automatic programming, it will just take over. It will trump. So, and this is where most people have a difficult time making a decision, because again, it's just part of their genetic programming. And by the way, they've proven that that genetic programming can go back 7 generations. So if you're not sure of your programming, we'll look at your parents. They're your first mentors, and then look at their parents, and then look at their parents, and look at their parents. You know, they've proven that it goes back at least 7 generations. We know it goes way further than that, but from a science perspective, that's what they say.
Yeah, it's like embedded in our coding, right? Generation.
It is. It's like a computer code.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
And understanding that, you know, referencing, you know, some of my experiences and looking at some of the teachings and the learnings that I have with my own family and children, and how it has come from generations ago. But the good news is the work we do here, we can really heal some of those, you know, generational challenges. So what would you say is the biggest challenge people have today?
I would say the biggest challenge is just making a decision. And why do I say that? Well, because results always tell us the truth, right? If you're not getting good results in your life, if you're not happy, you might be reasonably happy, which basically is a cop out for comfort and conformity. And that's not your purpose here. I mean, our purpose here as spiritual beings, we're actually spiritual beings having a human experience. Coming from the yoga, healing arts, I always thought, oh, you know, we have to do all this spiritual work. The joke's on us. We are spiritual. But as a spiritual being, the purpose of spirit is to expand, to express. It is healthy and natural to want big goals, to dream, to create, and to create with others. And that's where, you know, we've shut off that ability. They actually say, unfortunately, that most people shut that off in grade 1. You know, you think of traditional schooling. So if you have any school teachers here, we don't want to do this, but what do we say? We say, you know, sit up straight. Quit dreaming. So we stop dreaming, and this interferes. And so this is our higher faculty of imagination, where we can start to dream and want better things and big things. But it's our ability to make a decision, because we can't dream. So they kind of go hand in hand. So I would say that the biggest thing is making a decision. And if you're not getting the results that you want in your life, start making decisions. If you don't like your life, make a decision to change it, and do whatever it's going to take. Is there a chance that you're going to fail? Yes. Guess what? That's how we learn. That's how we grow. If you're not failing, you're not growing. And guess what? What's the chance that you're going to get better results? Very, very high. So start making decisions, whatever that looks like. Right? This is where I believe that everybody should be working with some sort of a coach. If you want to get better results and get stronger muscles, right? Hire a gym coach, hire a nutritionist, hire somebody that has a skill set that you don't have, because you have your superpowers. Maybe it's being a mama and looking after your kids. Maybe it is being an accountant. Well, you have a certain skill set. I don't want to be an accountant. I'm going to go hire an accountant. right? So you've got to find those people that can help you get better results and just make a decision that you're going to do whatever it takes. A great coach or a great mentor and you do everything that they say unless you find out that they're lying.
Yes. And then you find yourself a new coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
But hopefully you don't have to do that, because hopefully you've done your homework. And I mean, that's the thing. Like, you want to work when you do find yourself a good coach or mentor. Do they have a good coach and mentor? I mean, that's why I work with Bob Proctor, and the mentorship is just incredible. I mean, I've made a decision to work with the world leader in human potential. And I made that decision to not only shift my own paradigms and be the most incredible coach and mentor and mother and wife and person of service. You know, it's absolutely essential in helping my clients. If I'm not working with an incredible coach and mentor, how good am I to my clients?
Absolutely.
And the paradigm is going to say, oh, I don't need a coach. I don't need a mentor. A lot of people are doing that. There's a lot of coaches out there and they don't have the support. Well, guess what? Your paradigms that you currently have, they don't want to change. You need somebody who is working with incredible material, who's not part of your program, who can call you out on your crap and help you get the results that you want.
Absolutely. And respectfully, that's what Tara is really good at. She's very direct and kind at the same time, but it's really allowed me to push myself in my own development and in my own mindset. And right now, just really working with you and a team, and lots of magic is happening. So I really, really appreciate the support that you've given. So how do our listeners, first of all, if you could leave, them with one little nugget today, what, other than making decisions, what would you leave them with?
Well, I would just say that it is everybody's birthright. So if you're listening to this call, it's everybody's birthright to live a truly abundant and wealthy and rich life. And this covers every area in your life. This covers your health, your relationships, your vocation, your impact you can make on the planet. I mean, it's your birthright. So, I mean, you were really born rich and you have so much potential. You are important. And if there's anything inside of you that's just stirring, it's that feeling like I can do more, or you might be in a place where you're just so sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I can relate. I've been in that space, it's no fun. I would say, first of all, again, recognize that you have infinite potential within you. Every human being on this planet does. And I don't know if you know this, but they say we use less than 10%. And if you're lucky, you're using maybe, they say 5 to 10. So they say kind of under 5. So you have 100% potential. You first have to just recognize that you have everything you need. It's not like, creator, God, Mother Earth, universal laws, whatever you feel governs you. It's not like, that you are any different than anybody else in the sense of your potential. You can do anything as long as you can dream it and you can want it. You can do better. You can have more. I love to share this. It's like Van Gogh, when he was asked how he created his most beautiful works of art, and we know Van Gogh is like one of the most incredible, famous painters, right? Artists. He said he would dream his painting first and then paint his dream. That's how I know that you can do better and that you are here. You have purpose. You are born rich and abundant and wealthy. And if you can dream it, it's on the other side. It's just waiting for you to become the vibrational match for what you want. Now, what is getting in the way? It's your programming. It's your mental subconscious programming. And we actually act out of that 96 to 98% of the time. So meaning most of the time you're not thinking. So you got to start thinking. So if you're ready to start thinking, then again, you want to do something. You got to make a decision. Now, depending on your mindset, if you're in a really crappy place, if you're experiencing a lot of challenges right now, the best piece of advice I can get you is to start focusing all your energy on gratitude. Because even in the crappiest situations, and I know I've been on my phone with my accountability partner. Yeah, and you got gratitude out of Lebanon. This has been my accountability partner, my family, for the last couple of years with the work that I teach and mentor with Bob. Nadim. And as you know, Lebanon has been in a crisis way before what's just happened. It's been absolutely horrible. Even in the worst situation, I am with Nadim a lot. He's always looking for the good, the learning, the growth, how he can help. So this is what you want to do. Even in the worst situation, look for the good. When you look for good, when you look for opportunities, that's what you're going to get, because this is the laws that we're working with. Law of vibration, law of attraction. Whatever you focus on, it grows. So start focusing your mind on all the things you do have to be, on all the things you do have to be grateful for. And that might be just as simple as like the luxury of having a shower, right? Or the luxury of pure drinking water, the luxury of having all your senses. I was sharing around this with my children. They said, Mom, if, as you get older, you had to lose one sense, taste, touch, hear, smell, what one would you want to lose? And I was like, oh my gosh, none of them. They're amazing. But as I even started to focus on gratitude around our senses, I was like, wow, can you imagine if you couldn't hear the sound of like the water or music or your child's voice, whatever? Like, focus on gratitude and your results are going to get better, because you got to strengthen that mindset, and gratitude is going to build your faith. For many people, their faith is weak. So you got to build that. And the fastest way to help build that again is through gratitude. Look for the good, you're going to find the good.
Beautiful. I've learned so much from you, and even in, our passings, but also in the work that you've been teaching. And the gratitude piece has definitely hit home for me and in my family. And I'll never forget, I've still got my little rock beside my bed, and every night before I go to bed, I think of, the things that I'm grateful for, and teach the children to practice these things as well. So we're going to post links below on how you can all of our listeners can find Tara. And I know that, if anyone's ready to take that next step and work with a mindset performance coach, they can reach out to you, and all your details will be listed below. I really, really, really appreciate you taking the time out. I know you're a busy lady, and I give my thanks to you.
My life is full. I don't even like the word busy, because time is an illusion. So I have a really full life. But if you're serious about getting better results, and you have hopped on Crystal's webinars here, and you want to reach out to me, please do. I would love to help you. I mean, there is no better time on this planet than right now to align with the laws that govern you, to start thinking and to start moving in the direction of your dreams. And actually, the world needs leaders. So if you're ready, especially if you're a parent, because I know Crystal works with a lot of parents, our kids need leaders. And you can go and spend all this money on your kids and sports and all these wonderful things, but your kids need you to get yourself aligned. They need you to get your insides right. That's the best leadership you can give your kids. So please make a decision. And I look forward to connecting with anyone that Crystal's ready to connect me with. Yes.
Yay. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you, Tara. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Crystal, for all that you're doing.
Thank you.